Good morning, students. Today we are going to start our chapter 3rd of history, the Sultan of Delhi. Delhi was the capital of Delhi Sultanate from the beginning of 13th century. The Sultans of Delhi built many cities around the area of Delhi, which is now known as Delhi. The Delhi Sultanate period is divided into 5 distinct periods and the 5 dynasties rule under it. Under this, you can see a timeline is given in which the 5 dynasties are mentioned: Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and the Lodi dynasty. We will know how can we know about these dynasty. Some sources are there from which we can know about these dynasties. These sources are the inscriptions, coins and the monuments. Tariq provides information of Delhi Sultanate which was written in Persian language. Persian is the language which was used by the administrator of Delhi Sultan. Tariq, the plural word of Tariq, were written by the learned man who were only recorded events but also advised the Sultan on governance. One has to be careful while studying the history of Delhi Sultan because the ones who wrote it made their own decisions about what to write and what not to write. Also, they mostly dealt with the matter which were not to the public concern. The authors were either historians sponsored by the sultans or in the hope of rewards from the sultans, so they always praise the sultan. Dynasties of Delhi Sultanate. Here a table is given below in which the dynasties and their period is mentioned. The 5 dynasties are Slave dynasty, Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq, Sayyids and Lodis, and the time period is also mentioned. One by one we will read about all these dynasties. First we will read about the Slave dynasty. Muhammad Ghori had no sons, so he placed his slave as governor to expand his empire. Qutbuddin Aybak was a Turkish slave who played an important role in Ghori's expansion, and after Ghori's death in 1206 he led to the foundation of Slave dynasty, which ruled over India about 84 years. After Aybak, his son-in-law Iltutmish succeeded the throne, and Iltutmish chose his daughter Razia Sultana as a successor as she felt none of his son was capable of ruling. But differences grew in the court as the nobles were uncomfortable with having a lady as a ruler, and ultimately she was removed from the throne in 1240 CE. From garrison town to empire. The late 13th century, the control of Sultanate was confined to heavily fortified towns with the presence of soldiers known as garrison town, and the majority of revenue came from the tribute and the plunder of the territory surrounded the garrison. Around 1265, Balban became sultan and aimed at consolidating the hinterlands of garrison town for constant extraction and the revenue and resources. He built many new towns and the fortresses to situate the mufti or the local commanders. He started collecting revenues from the peasant, traders and even local rulers and expanded his empire till the southern India. He was succeeded by weak rulers, and hence the throne of Delhi was taken by Khiljis. The Khiljis and Tughlaqs. Khiljis and Tughlaqs were using slaves to run administration. These slaves were very high military and political position. The slaves remained loyal to the Sultan, not to their successors. The Sultan used to appoint military commanders and governors for different territories of different sides. The land provided to them is known as Iktwa. Iktwa is a part of land given to the nobles for their military services. And the landholder was known as Iqtadar or Mufti. The duty of Mufti is to maintain law and order or to join military campaign. They used to collect revenue of their Iktwas as salary. Khiljit and Tughlaqs both were using Iktwa system, but it was not in a heredity and they were frequently transferred. The Muftis were strictly permitted to have limited number of soldiers so that they cannot become more powerful. The sultans also appoint accountants who inform about the revenue collected by the muftis. That's all for today. Tomorrow we'll continue this chapter about the Khiljis and the Tughlaqs.